So I am a fan of energy drinks, energy supplements, and these are just two of the recent experiences I have. So at every gas station, convenience store, they have these things called stackers. They look like this, and they have a shit ton of caffeine. And I took one of these on an empty stomach, and these things are fucking terrible. It was about 3 hours of feeling like this. This is no exaggeration. Right? But of course, you got so much energy, that's what it feels like. But in your head, you have to dial everything down and move real slow because everything wants to do this. Now, if that doesn't give you anxiety, just by me explaining that, the experience having one of these things for 3 hours, which isn't that long, but it is, especially if you work at a fucking gas station with angry assholes and uh, every shade of humanity that comes into a gas station. Yeah, not a good time, not a good experience. Stay away from these unless if you're like a hardened person or your metabolism can like pay that toll. But as for me personally, these things are god awful. So only for those who have a high tolerance for caffeine, maybe. But the major thing with most of these dietary supplements is making sure you have eaten first, because if you don't, that's going directly, being metabolized directly into your bloodstream, allegedly, and into your brain. And so these next ones, Tweaker seems scary. It seems intimidating, but there's really only 312 milligrams. And this is a concoction of ginseng, caffeine. You got green tea extract, yorba mate leaf extract. You got yohimbe bark extract. Yeah, there's fucking wood in this. I think it's like African, a tree out from Africa. If I'm not, I could be totally wrong and talking out my ass on that. But Tweaker, it's not too bad. It's an American company too. These are made out in Texas, and the flavor of these aren't too bad. It's like a wild cherry or strawberry because it tastes like a berry, but it's very tart. And of course, these are different. Everyone metabolizes these differently, but as for me, especially with these things, you want to try 1/3 of it first, just to see what it's like, to see if it's like too uncomfortable. If not, these are only $1. You can just throw it in the garbage, right? Or $1.50. And here's something very important to point out about these, is that there's a little 2. I don't know if you can see that, and that's the dosage size. So for this one too, it's about, half. 1 dose, 2 dose. 1 dose, I find for me it lasted me 2 days. One day I had that at work. It was about 4 to 8 hours. And I usually put it in with some ice, so there's water, and I drink a cup of water with it, and I eat during work. So again, the main thing is having some food with these. It'll make it last a little bit longer, and it won't be as harsh. But there's some crazy bastards and regulars at my store who will take even the 3-dose one of these, take off the tack, and just drink the whole thing. I don't know how someone can pull that off without their heart exploding or their head, like their brain short-circuiting, but I guess they're made out of sterner stuff than I am. But these, it wasn't too bad. Wasn't too bad ride, to put it. But yeah, it's not... other ingredients: water is subjective, citric acid, potassium, calcium. So yeah, as far as like $1, and if you got extensive shit to do, a busy day, just half will do you. And again, it's $1 versus $3 a Monster. But with most energy drinks like Monster and NOS, people are drinking those for the flavor, not so much the energy kick. But yeah, these for $1, it's not too bad, and they're not too rough. So major point of difference here. the back of these is about 12 ounces of premium coffee, like Colombian coffee or stuff like that. Whereas these, 260 to 300 milligrams of caffeine. So these, terrible, not fun. These, not fun as much either, but it's only 12 ounces of premium coffee versus 260 to 300 milligrams of caffeine. So, again, it depends on metabolism and all that, but that's, yeah, considerably, this one's, uh, you won't feel like you're crawling in your skin, or you got like lightning bolts like trickling in your brain and under your skin. So, yeah, unless if you're crazy and you like anxiety and having too much energy, or just enough. And to end this video, and I can't emphasize this enough, that when it comes to energy related stuff, like dietary supplements or even Monster energy drinks or whatever, if you're comfortable with that brand, whether it be Red Bull, Monster, NOS, C4, or whatever other energy drink that is your brand, stick with what you know, because sometimes it is not worth it to pardon the expression, fuck around and find out, because those stackers, that was probably the worst experience I've had in a long time considering dietary supplements. But then again, everyone's different. Some people like to feel like they're about to explode in a lightning bolt. Sure, I'm not shaming people for that. But yeah, and then there's also this other energy drink brand that's pretty mellow called Celsius that I've tried recently. It's like a seltzer energy drink, and those have taurine, and those ones are way more mellow. So you still get the energy you need, but it's not like you took a lightning bolt strike straight on top of your head, or so those ones are more mellow. If you like, and the flavors are pretty different, and they're not half that bad. So the Celsius brand, and I think they're owned by Pepsi. They're not too popular, but as far as they're probably the most mellow energy drink that I think I've ever like drank, which is pretty nice, because sometimes depending on mood or situation you're in mentally or physically, you might want a more mellow like energy hit or ride versus the harder stuff, tweaker or a stacker. But with that, that's just me talking about dietary energy stuff. And I will see you guys next time. And funnily enough, I probably won't be working at that fucking gas station, because it's anyways, it's a story for another time, which I might get into detail once I'm not working there, and once I've moved on to greener pastures. But yeah, anyways, thanks for watching. Take it easy. See you next time. Again, thanks for watching.